Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. So I've got another deck to showcase, and that's the recently buffed and very popular Dragon Midrange Strategy. This deck aims to play for the board, putting down strong units in the mid game that can act as blockers or force kill opponents' units. The main theme of the deck is to put up enough pressure throughout the course of the game in order to play and resolve Aurelion Sol's newly buffed level up condition. This deck has a lot of pressure, combat tricks, and striking mechanics to slow down the opponent's strategies while developing its own. I want to run through my card choices, explain why they're in the deck, and give you the knowledge to pilot the deck yourself. The code for the deck will be in the description below, along with the Mobalytics link. Before I get into the deck profile, if you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button to stay up to date with my content. I'm super close to 5,000 subs, which is a huge milestone, so it'd be awesome if you joined. This is the only channel where you can get my specific style of content, so you won't regret subbing. I also stream on Twitch often, so check me out over there if you're looking for live gameplay of someone who's hit high master tier every season, and even hit rank 1 in NA a while back. With that, I hope you enjoy this deck profile. Alright, before we get into it, couple things to note. One is I'm not playing on my main account right now, so I don't have access to all the cards. Unfortunately, as of recording, there is a huge bug going around for some players, where if they try to log into the lore client, it just crashes on startup. For some reason, this bug is account specific, so it has targeted my main account, but it allows me to play in my Smurf, which is really interesting. I don't know how that's happening. But anyways, I digress. There are two main dragon strategies in my opinion. The more obvious one is Demacia Targon, which I'll be covering today, but I'm also looking to practice my Demacia and Shadow Isles one featuring Viego for a future video. I wasn't able to play the deck at all on the release of the patch because of the previously mentioned lore bug, but once I get my account back and I'm able to play, hopefully I can get some practice in and build that deck for you guys as well, because I am a huge fan of Shadow Isles dragons. Well, let's talk about this one for the time being. So this deck has a lot of like little changes here and there. There's a lot of small things that you can substitute out, substitute in, and I'll be going over those and talking about like the substitutions and the different little styles. So there's like maybe 4 to 6 cards that can be different depending on your playstyle, depending on the meta, depending on what you like. Some of it is just like spicy tech choices, some of it is preference. So I'll be talking about all that as we go through the numbers. For me though, I want to make the most well-rounded list possible, especially with the limited resources I have on this account. I don't have access to a whole bunch of other champions, I don't have access to a bunch of epics, so I made this using the resources that I do have, and also just being as versatile as possible. So let's talk about the numbers specifically. We have Triple Dragon Chow, the saddest card in the game. I actually hate seeing this card die more than Chip. It's actually really depressing if you look at the full art. Dragon coming in, getting his chow. The elephant's just trying to have a good time, but he's not going to have one for very long. So, when you play a dragon, while this is on the board, the dragon will strike it, which is really good because if the dragon kills it, which it usually does, it will get a Fury proc, and you also draw. So it's just a really good card to slam on one. You can actually use this to block aggressive units as well, like if you're playing against Bandleburn and they play like the 2-1, you can just like block it. Yes, Dragon Chow will die to like, what's it called, a Pokey Stick after that, but you know what? It's actually a pretty decent body to block with, all things considered, depending on the matchup. Next we have Dragon Guard Lieutenant, really awesome card. 2 mana 3/2, it's just like Fleet Feather Tracker on steroids, being able to have Challenger as long as you behold a dragon, which means if you see one in hand or on the board. Really good for taking out high priority units in the early game. His 3 attack hits pretty much everything that you want it to, so yeah, super good. Herald of the Dragons, so this is a newly buffed card. Used to be a 1/1, which means it died to literally everything, like Pokestick, Make It Rain, random sneezes from any deck, but now it's a 2 HP unit, so it has to get hit by Mystic Shot. So if you're outside of like fighting P and Z matchups, Herald of the Dragon sticks to the board a lot better. And it's really good because, yeah, it reduces the cost of all of your dragon allies by 1, just ambiently, while this is on the board. This can also stack, so if you have multiple heralds, you can play dragons for 2 cheaper if you have 2 heralds. Super awesome. The main power from this card comes from playing, like, Dragon Chow on 1, Herald on 2, and then Shyvana on 3, right? Being able to accelerate your Shyvana and playing her a turn earlier is just, like, really, really oppressive for mid-range tempo. Very strong curve. After Herald, we have Sharp Sight, so the best combat trick that Demacia has access to, +2/+2, really good for combat. It's also really good at blocking elusive strategies, so yeah, super awesome. We definitely run this at 3 of. Single combat, This allows your dragons to get more fury procs by killing high priority targets on the enemy's board. It's also good for like combat tricking, being able to manipulate Shyvana level up, and other things like that. Dragon's Clutch. Alright, we gotta talk about this card. Dragon's Clutch is another newly buffed card. They called it a light buff, which I think is absolutely insane. So all they actually did was add the Overwhelm effect to the card, but that absolutely made this the most overloaded card Legends or Runeterra has ever seen for its mana cost. You can quote me on this. I firmly believe this. I will always stand by this. Dragon's Clutch is the most overloaded card for its mana. 3 mana burst speed, draw 2 different dragons, or grant all dragon allies 1/1 and Overwhelm. So I always try to compare this to Pack Tactics, so I'm going to show that as well for comparison reasons. Pack Mentality, my bad, is a 7 mana slow spell, okay? Give all allies 2/2 and Overwhelm this round. But this costs 7, and it's a slow speed. Dragon's Clutch is less than half of the mana cost of this card, but it does more than half of the effect of this card, right? So you can kind of see how the mana really shows in terms of efficiency. The 3 mana card of Dragon's Clutch is more than half of the efficiency of a 7 mana card. It's just kind of insane to think about, because yes, this can only target dragons, but this can give everything Overwhelm. But if you have like 3 dragons, right? This is absolutely massive. This is more big than Pack Mentality because of the stats that dragons already have, and they have Fury, sometimes they have Challenger, and like the +1/+1 compared to the +2/+2 is completely irrelevant. What you're really caring about is the fact that it's granting Overwhelm, on top of the fact that it's a situational tutor card, meaning that it can draw. So it makes the deck more consistent, it makes your hand state a lot better, and it only costs 3. And it's flexible, you can choose. It's just absolutely crazy to me that this card now exists in its current form, so whew, really, really spicy. It's like an auto-include at 3 of. If you see it in your opening hand, it's fine to keep one. Honestly, it's not that bad if you even draw 2 of them, because the first one can draw, the second one can grant Overwhelm later on, and you can just like create win conditions with the deck. Because the thing that the dragons had problem with prior to this patch was you can go as wide as you want, but the enemies can just make blockers, right? If your Shyvana is like 10 plus attack and your Screeching Dragon is 10 plus attack, it doesn't really matter because your opponent can just block it with 1/1s. Well, now it matters because we can give them Overwhelm. It's just, that's insane to me. Absolutely crazy. Next we have Ruined Dragon Guard, another newly buffed card. He is a 3 mana 3/4, which is premium stats, and whenever an ally with Fury kills a unit, it gets an additional 1/1, so it's like doubling up on the Fury proc. Really crazy. If he just like sits on the board, he's a blocker. He's a fearsome blocker as well now, so he beats out like fearsome strategies, so it's just kind of crazy. This card is absolutely bonkers as well. And if you couple this with the Dragon's Clutch and the Herald, you just have insanely good early game. Next, Shyvana, the first champion, one of the best ones to play around for sure. So yeah, she attacks, she gets extra attack stats when the attack is called. She has Fury proc, so if she kills anything, this can mean through attacking or through single combats. She just amps up like crazy, levels, and then whenever she attacks when leveled, you get this strike spell. So it's just really good at clearing your opponent's board, taking out their units and slowing down their strategies. Next, we have 2 of Solari Sunforger. So Sunforger is in here because super aggressive decks that have really strong explosive openers can actually deal with this deck quite well. They can like whittle you down, you don't have any healing, but now we have Sunforger. Sunforger is a great include because like on Daybreak, you summon him, he gets the lifesteal. That's 5 HP if he blocks or attacks. So depending on which turn you're on, attacking on odds or evens, it's just like insane. If you couple this with single combat, like let's say you float turn 2 and you play Solari Sunforger and single combat on 4, you're healing 10, right? That's kind of crazy. That can automatically beat aggressive strategies, and it's a quick little combo to have. On top of the fact that he has 5 attack, which is really, really good because he's the only unit for its cost that we're playing that can get up to 5 attack easily just by summoning. Like Screeching has to kill something first, right? But Sunforger being able to reach 5 HP targets with single combat, really, really good. It puts him at a nice little 2 of for me. I wouldn't really run him at 3, although you can if you're seeing only aggressive decks. I like him at a quick 2 of. He's definitely not bad at all. Concerted Strike, very good. Pick an enemy, 2 allies, strike it, one after another. This can pop barriers and then the second can kill. You can just take out really big units with your dragons. Super awesome. The things that you can't hit with single combat, you can hit with Concerted. So yeah, we definitely run that as well. Next we have Triple Screeching Dragon. like insane. It has Challenger, 4 attack, can deal with a lot of units, can kill a lot of things. If you have other stuff on the board like Rune Dragon Guard, he gets kind of big. Yeah, he's just really good. 2 star shaping. So this is in here because not only the healing, just to deal with more aggressive decks, so we have 4 heal cards instead of 2, but also the resource generator of getting the Celestial that costs 7 or more is really awesome, actually. Being able to use this before like a Aurelion Soul turn is super good, because then Aurelion Soul can invoke a card that needs to see you have a Celestial in hand, and then you can like use it immediately. You know, stuff like that. It's just kind of good to have. It's also like just a resource generator, because I played this deck all day yesterday. I played it for 5 hours straight, right? And there's a couple of games where I actually got out-resourced, or I just was in top deck phase, and I wish I had something else that could generate me a high-value card. Being able to just drop down, like, the Phoenix, or any of the other, like, high-value Celestials is really good. Like, it's just so necessary. So it's a quick 2 of. I can talk about replacements real quick, though, once I get through the full numbers. So Eclipse Dragon, we run this at 3 of, and Asol run at 3 of. So the main strategy is Eclipse on 7. It makes your next dragon cost 2 less. That will make Aurelion Soul cost 8. So you play Eclipse on 7, Asol on 8, and you're just like good to go. All you need is like 3 more attack on top of Eclipse, and then Aurelion Soul, and then he'll level at the end of turn 8, which is our win condition. That's what we're trying to play for. Super, super good, super strong combo. Cool bonus effect that if you Nightfall Eclipse Dragon, like let's say you need more resources and you don't have your star shaping, you can Nightfall Eclipse Dragon by playing something before him, like a spell, a strike, whatever, and then you play him and you can get a random dragon and a random celestial, and that's really good for your hand state, so we'd love to see that. And then Asol, our big boy, he levels up when 20 total power is on the board, including himself, and celestial cards cost 0. So that's our whole win condition. You try to get the big 0 cost boys and just end the game with them. Also, if you have multiple Aurelion Souls, you get like a really big, awesome board clear. Super good. So yeah, talking about some numbers. So here's a couple things that I've seen. So this can be optional divergence of my list. I have seen -1 Aurelion Soul, +1 Zoe. I think this is completely fine. If you open Zoe, you can play her early. She's kind of annoying. The opponents are going to use removal on her. She's an elusive attacker, which means she can also be an elusive blocker. Honestly, nothing too wrong with that. However, it makes our Dragon's Clutch Tutor a little bit less consistent to grab Asol, which we kind of need. But all things considered, that's not too bad. So that's an option if you want to do that. You could also do minus star shaping and do 3rd Sunforger, which I don't have in my collection, unfortunately, because again, this is my Smurf account. I don't have all the cards. So you could do 3rd Sunforger and 1, let's see how you spell Judgment, like that. You can do 1 of Judgment. This card is an absolutely big blowout card, can auto win a lot of games. So I think a nice 1 of Judgment could definitely go in here. Let me see. You could also do Guiding Touch for draw if you want to do 2 Guiding Touch here. But again, I just like the star shaping, not because of the heal, but because of the resource generator. Being able to get the 7 cost Celestials without having to play Asol is really good in the mid game, especially depending on your hand state. Let's see, what else is there? I've seen people play White Flame Protector. I think he's pretty good. You should run him at either 3 or none. So the reason why he's good is that you can play him on turn 3 if you play Herald on 2 and you don't have Shyvana in hand. So he's just like an alternate mid-game power spike, being able to play him on 3 where you'd want to play your Shyvana. You could probably play the Spell Shield Dragon as well. Fuse Firebrand. I don't think he's as good. He'd probably take up Screeching Dragon's spot, or you'd have to run 2 Screeching and 2 Firebrand, so you have 4 5-cost dragons. You could probably mess with the numbers there too, but yeah, that's mostly what I've seen. I don't think it's Vox. I don't think it's Mind Splitter. You could do Dragon Guard Lookout and go for a rally strategy. So instead of like Star Shaping and Sunforger, you could do Lookout and Rallies. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe take out the Eclipse, maybe even the Asol, and just run like a super aggressive version of Dragons, where you just try to rally like 2 times and win the game on turn 6 or turn 7. So, you know, that's a viable option as well. A couple different little things you can do here and there, like I mentioned, but yeah, this is definitely the well-rounded list that I like to play, and this is the one that works for me. And that about wraps up for the deck profile. Now here's some live commentary games so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context to why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. Alright, for the first game we got Deep, which is actually a really interesting matchup. So both of us want to go late game, and both of us want to do like a big win condition. Interestingly enough, if for some reason this deep player runs Bone Skewer, he can actually Bone Skewer my Asol with his Nautilus after popping my spell shield with something like Vile Feast, which would be absolutely hilarious. We'll do like this though. Keep Dragon's Clutch, keep Herald. Could honestly pitch the Dragon's Clutch though. Maybe try to find our early game since we do see Herald. I think this is probably right. It's usually good to keep Dragon's Clutch, but if I see Herald and no playable Dragon, I really want to full mulligan as much as I can. Double Herald, that's really interesting. We see the Dragon. Yeah, he could play like Scarab this turn. I'll just want to force kill it. So, side note, I am playing Ranked on my Smurf, which is in Bronze, unfortunately. However, I'm probably fighting Silver or Gold players because of the Ranked reset. I'd rather play Ranked on my Smurf than Norms, because I don't think Norms are going to be as high quality of games. And again, I can't play on my main because my client is literally bugged and I'm locked out of my account, so this is the best we got. I'm glad I'm fighting a semi-competitive deck for the first game at least. So we'll see what we can do. Cute little Poro. He's floating. He probably has Jaw Hunters, so it'll just like kill my Herald, which I think I'm fine with the trade because I don't really have an amazing hand early. Riptide. He hard runs Riptide, that's interesting. Riptide, Abyssal Eye, and a Salvage. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. I think if he swings, then I would just block with Lieutenant. Screeching. Screeching here is amazing. Good top deck. Actually gives me a playable dragon. Alternatively, I could have also played Herald this turn, then do like Eclipse on 5. What is that? I'm surprised he would just play Maokai into my Screeching. It's definitely a misplay. Unless he has like Glimpse or something. He can Glimpse it off and try to get some value from it. Otherwise, that was just an int play for sure. I'd probably win the game off this, actually. Lure, okay. Luckily, my hand is very good at fighting deep because I just have my late game stuff, which is all I need. I have mid game pressure into late game play. I should be able to develop my Asol before he can play Nautilus and level him. Unless something really crazy happens and he turbos deep in like 2 turns. I should be able to do Dragon Chow and Herald. Sure.
Shape the skies and mold the earth.
Also, Star Shaping's pretty good, like after Aurelion Soul, just so I can get another 0 cost. So that can come up as well. Like if you don't need this, like if you're playing versus a mid-ranger control and you don't need this for the healing, it's just good. Yeah, I'll play Eclipse. I want the Daybreak Eclipse, so now my Asol costs really cheap. He's gotta do something. I mean, it's probably an FF angle. But he could have like Salvage and Double Jettison in hand, and he's just gonna make a Nautilus play. We'll see though. Yep. Damn, bro. This guy's actually deep. Ow. So in case he's on another Jettison, I don't want to grab the Devour. I'll threaten Devour with 8-8, because if he goes deep, this will be a 7-7, which I'm not that scared of. Because he could be on another Jettison for sure. Take your 8. Look at that. I'm 5 head. Mainly because I play deep. So I just know this matchup. If he just plays Nautilus, it's dying, to be honest. 8 plus 6 is 14. Wait, it won't kill him though, because he's gonna have tough. It'll do an instance of 7 and then an instance of 5, right? Let's take a look at it. Yeah, that's correct. So he's gonna be at 1 HP. Damn, that's kind of annoying. Unless I use double concerted, which I don't think is worth it. Or is it? Yeah, it's probably worth it. Let's just do double concerted. We'll strike this, then we'll strike this, so that this kills him. Do I want that to kill him, or do I want this to kill him? Do like this. I think it's worth. There we go. Now 7-5 can kill this guy. Was that a waste of concerteds? Probably. He has to be on second Nautilus. Okay, apparently it wasn't a waste, because I just play Asol next turn and then I level, which is really good for me. Ooh, Trundle Asol, so this is probably FTR. Damn, okay. It's gonna be interesting. I have better mid-game, but they just have removal, so we'll see what happens. Don't need Sunforger. Could keep the Asol, even though it kind of looks greedy. Dragon Guard, Sharpsight. Sharpsight's good for trading into Trundle if he wants to play it on 5. Maybe we do a full pitch like this. I think we just actually full mulligan. I don't think Dragon Guard does a whole lot. Uh-oh, I'm scared of his hand. He only mulliganed 1 card. There we go, this is a lot better. I can draw into my dragons, yeah, exactly like this. If I ever get like a clutch or something, we're just gonna be straight chilling. We want to play Lieutenant. In case he plays Faces of the Old Ones. Another double Herald play. I'm scared of Avalanche though.
Bask in her radiant blessing.
Invoke 4, 5, or 6. Okay. Have to try to keep that in mind. Sunforger or Herald. We can play the Sunforger. It's good pressure. Like, he's just a 4/5/4. Like, that's a big dude. Okay. Deal 4, deal 1. Could Sharpsight. I push a lot of damage if I Sharpsight, actually. It's a good idea. It's not really my win condition to push damage. I'm not playing a burn deck. But it feels kind of good hitting 8 here. Feels kind of good. Cool. Another Priestess, so I gotta worry about another Invoke. Let's play this. Avalanche, fine, right? I don't really need to play other Herald. I can play the Eclipse and float the 2. Single combat's good. I'm glad I floated the 2 now. Play a Daybreak Eclipse in case we draw Asol, which would be awesome. What you got? Another one. Triple Solari Priestess play. I see you. Could be Fallen Comet, since he's gonna be on 6. So we'll swing here, we'll swing here, we'll swing here. 2/2, 5/2, 2/2, 7/7. Yep. Yep. Maybe I should have swung with 1/1. At most I would have got 1 more damage in. Faces is fine. I don't really need to do anything about that yet. It's not gonna put him into FTR range. We did get our Asol. Beautiful. So as long as Herald doesn't die, I can play Asol now. What a top deck. I'm actually so lucky for that. We'll grab Living Legends too, since I'm threatening level. He would have to kill this Ruined Dragon Guard. That's pretty cringe. Where'd he just hard runs this? Honestly I think it's single combat then. Single combat here. That way I still level the Asol. He would have to have Frostbite. Okay, we got him. We got Asol level, we got a dub right there. Easy clap. Alright, for game 3 we've got some variation of Renek Sej Overwhelm. Very fun mid-range deck. Also 1 Sivir. This was definitely a good deck a couple months ago. I'm glad to see it come back with the Renekton buff. So, pitch this. I kind of want to keep the Sharp Sight, to be honest. Really good combat trick. Ooh. Double Dragon Guard, a little sus. Double Shyvana, alright. We're playing Go Fish, we got 2 pairs.
If it's made of sand, I can write.
It's kind of annoying.
I catch the sky.
Triple Dragon Guard, okay.
Too slow, stupid.
Just an eensy bit sus. Yeah, we'll pass. He burns 1. If he plays Renekton here, whatever. I have Sharp Sight. Pretty good. Renekton has, let me see, 5 HP on attack. Oh, 5/5. Let's play Shyvana.
I am more than I seem.
And more than culpable, filthy worm.
Okay. Dragon Guard's gonna go up to 6 HP. It's gonna be a 5/6 with Sharp Sight, which is crazy. He's such a good Sharp Sight target now. Way better than he was before. So this should force a Troll Chant. Or maybe he's got something like, yeah, Shapestone. That works too. We can do this.
I am watching you, dragon.
Prez off the top. Swing here. We're not going to swing a Shyvana. Another Shapestone just to make it trade. Sure. Concerted's really good here. Don't have 2 targets to play with it, but having it's really, really good if I can develop this turn. Maybe Sunforger could be the play. Or I play Dragon Guard, and Sunforger next turn.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
It's pretty annoying. Yeah, let's play Dragon Guard.
They will burn like we did.
So it'll be 5/1 here.
Wrap 'em up tight.
I can take the 4 directly. So I'll be taking 5 in total. Then I'll play this Dragon Guard, then I'll play Shyvana.
That's right. Run!
Yep. Taking 5 is a little scary with this deck. But I'm gonna play a little greedy. I think that's fine. So I want to play Shyvana. Let me see, I'm going into turn 2, 4, 6, 7 floating 1, which is 8. I won't be able to do Shyvana and Concerted. But I can Sunforger. Now Shyvana.
I am more than I seem.
Next turn will be Sunforger and Concerted.
Still monsters.
What if I do an aggressive Shyvana attack plus Sharp Sight? It's a lot of HP. If she actually lives the combat, she's gonna get so many Fury procs. He has to be on like 3rd Shapestone. Could also be the 8 mana, plus 8 plus 4. I think it's called Battle Fury. I gotta worry about that card. He could still be on it too, so I don't think it's swing time. I think we pass one more turn and play the Sunforger. Unless he plays below 8. If he plays below 8, I might attack. I might. Will I be able to do Sunforger Concerted next turn? Going into 8 floating 2? Yes, I will. Okay. I kind of want to try it. There's no way he's on 3rd Shapestone. Let's go. She's a 9-5. So she's gonna go down to, I guess, a 7-3.
We love it when they run.
Alright. Oh, 6-5. Oh, she got to keep the HP. Let's go. That's huge. Oh, Eclipse is pretty big too, actually. I want to play him Nightfall at this point. Won't people do it this turn? Maybe later. So I can do Sunforger Concerted. 3rd Ancient Yeti. This guy's hand has been so weird. Double Merciless, double Rockhopper, double Shapestone, double Preservarium, triple Ancient Yeti. What a hand. What a hand, to be honest. Shyvana will level on Concerted Strike.
Wrap 'em up tight.
Strike an enemy. We'll do this and that. Yep. So if he has Battle Fury, it's still gonna die. It'll die to my lifesteal.
Now I take to the sky.
Okay, she's kind of big. So I can open attack, do strafing, and then play Eclipse. Yeah, I'll have enough mana for that. 4 cards in hand. It's gonna be 6 on draw because of Preservarium. Sejuani's kind of annoying, that's why I want to open attack. Yeah, that's a little late. Okay, there's that too. Single combat's cool. Yeah, we have control. We just need to keep it. I quite literally like Omega heal off the Strafing Strike if I hit Omen Hawk. It'll heal the 2, plus it will deal... Let's see. Oh yeah, I can like kill anything. On top of getting the Fury procs here. Very good. There's the Battle Fury. So is there a world where strafing helps me live? No, it doesn't seem like it. If that's the case, then I probably just want to do this. This still dies, so goodbye Battle Fury. And then I can play Eclipse Nightfall. Meh Dragon, but really good Celestial. Oh, we got top deck Shyvana. Alright, we're in a good spot then. We're in a good spot. That's a pretty good Sejuani for him. Renekton will be able to kill that. I can't really do anything about it. I can't play Shyvana. Sunforger's not going to work because Renekton's going to swing and be 6 HP on challenge. So I guess I just play Great Beyond. Beyond's good because it can block the Sej. So he's just only going to attack with Renekton this turn. And next turn can be Sunforger, Shyvana. Oh, Exhaust. Rip. This one's turning into quite the banger. Sunforger, Lifesteal. Then we can play Shyvana and we get the Strafing Strike. This should be his last push, to be honest.
Your movement
This boy's elusive. That's like really good. Oh my god, he's on all of his champions? Alright. This guy's hand is cracked.
So, this is the butcher of the
Follow me and I'll show you how I burn.
This is not good for him.
And dumb.
That's not gonna work. I'm just gonna strafing the Omen. Maybe not. I get to keep my Shyvana alive if I do that though, yeah? Let me see. She'll be an 8-2. No, it's probably better just strafing, kill one of these. This is dying anyways, so it could be at this. What's more scary, the Sej or the Renekton? Probably the Sej. So we do that. That's pretty chill. Yeah, that's pretty good. Don't care about the Sivir actually, because Great Beyond can block her. I think we're chilling. Please top deck something useless like Omen Hawk. Oh, strong card.
the joys of home.
Okay. So let me think. Probably going to do... block Sivir. Take this, take that.
Never again will we fall to Dragonfire.
Yeah, I'm just blocking Sivir with Great Beyond. He can't attack with Sivir.
It's a living.
Huh? He's attacking with Sivir. I go to 9. That's fine. Sure. We can even strike our Nexus. Blocks most, lives with, what, 1? No, this is exact lethal even if he blocks most. Yeah, we win. Let's go. That was hard. His hand was absolutely high roll, and we won without Aurelion Sol. Don't know how, but I think that Sivir attack was weird. But I was already in a winning position, so I guess he kind of has to. I think both of us played really well there. And that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe if you thought this video was informative or entertaining. It really helps me out since I'm still trying to grow. I'll be releasing more deck profiles, guides, and gameplay highlights in the near future. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Good luck in your climb, get that LP. Laters.